Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ten. This is my partner, Peller. We decided to do a little bit of different exploring here during our quarantine period, trying out some different things, a little bit of science, a little bit of history, and of course, a lot of magic. And we thought it would be fun to go ahead and combine all three, just to see what we could come up with. Now, starting off with a little bit of history about magic. Magic, one of the earliest forms of entertainment known, has actually been traced back to the Egyptians, where the Cypress Scrolls talk about a magician who has done wonderful feats. And it's all recorded in history. So magic, as it sits, is something everybody loves. Now, going through and talking about magic, cards are the most common prop a magician uses nowadays. Cards can be traced back to the 18th century, where a gentleman known as Giovanni Giuseppe Panetti, being one of the first magicians to actually use cards as his routine in front of an audience. So what we're going to do is the same thing. Now, normally we can't do the draw a card because of quarantine, so we're going to do things a little bit different. What we're going to do is I'm just going to fan through the cards, and we're going to stop at a random spot. Stop. 3 more. We good? Okay. Remember this card. It may come in handy later. So, now, cards, don't need them. So let's go on to a little bit more history, shall we? Now, one of my favorite authors is Arthur C. Clarke, one of the great science fiction authors of all time. Now, Clarke actually created 3 separate laws. Law number 1. When a scientist states something is impossible, he is most likely wrong. When a scientist states that something is possible, he is most certainly right. Perfect example. Could we land on the moon? Some said no. Some said yes. Were we right? We were right. We landed on the moon. Now that's what magicians do all the time. We take and we try to do the impossible. We figure what is impossible to do, and we find a way to make it completely possible. Clarke's second law. In order to find out what is possible, we must delve a little bit into the impossible. Perfect example. Star Trek, the original series. How much of that technology was fantastic? Purely fiction. Never existed. However, everybody nowadays has cell phone, tablet, personal computer. Let's not forget Bluetooth. Exactly. All of these totally fictitious at the time, now common every place. Yes, personal computers. Apple. Anyway, the law we're going to be working with today is Clarke's third law. And Clarke's third law states, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So we're going to put that to the test. So here we have some common household chemicals we found around the house. Some industrial strength kitchen cleaner. Here we have just some common bleach. What is wrong with you? Never mind. And here we have liquid drain cleaner. Now, we good? Okay. Now, of course, we highly recommend you do not try this at home. But always, just in case, safety first. Now, start with the cleaner. Let's go ahead and add the bleach and the liquid drain cleaner. And we're looking for a big chemical reaction. Perfect. And the chemical reaction we're looking for is that your card? Now I know what you're saying. We're magicians. We probably did something simple like turn the cup around, flip the card around. And as a magician, you would be right. However, in this particular case, you would be wrong. So again, we leave it up to you. Is what we did science or is what we did magic? We leave that for you to decide. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am 10. This is my partner, Peller. You have yourself a wonderful evening.